I hope your day is full of biscuits and Tex-Mex and brisket and cowboy hats and western boots and vests and suede, lots of fringe. We love a cowboy intro. Yeehaw. And hats. Guys, what's up? It is I, Shank, live from Austin. As you can see, the word weirdos is behind me. When I booked this Airbnb, I said, I need my wall to say Austin is for weirdos. I mean, it's a little much if you ask me, but this is just what's been going on in my life. I have an amazing episode for you this week with the one, the only Ian Edwards. But before we get into this week's episode with Ian Edwards, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's, oh yeah, socks. Oh yeah, look down at your feet right now. Are you wearing socks? If you're not, ew. Don't raw dog your shoe. Cover that shit up with a sock, and not just any sock, a fun sock, a printed sock, a unique, cool sock that supports your favorite podcast. Guys, head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Enter discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off. All unique sock designs. They make amazing Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers. I'm thinking of you. Hostess gifts, host gifts for Thanksgiving, all of those things. Shop the website, discount code Sara10. If you are in Austin, well, tonight I'll be on Kill Tony, but this episode will have already come out. So Kim Congdon and I are doing Kill Tony tonight. And then Wednesday, which is tonight, if you're listening to this on November 3rd, 2021, we are co-headlining at the Creek and Cave in Austin. And then the 4th, we're both doing the Death Squad show at Vulcan Gas Co. And then the 5th through the 7th, we will be at Skankfest in Houston. So more of that soon. Also, by the time you are hearing this episode, the new podcast with Kim should be out. The Thicky, Kimmy, and Shank podcast. We have a couple episodes archived. And then we're going to be recording some while we're on the road. So look out for that new podcast drop. Super exciting. Tell your friends about it. Make sure you're subscribed here. If you're enjoying the podcast, leave a review. It just takes 1 second. It makes a huge difference to me. I would so appreciate it. Guys, another thing that I'm excited to tell you is that I have a new sponsor, Punch Edibles. They make the most amazing cookie chocolate weed infused bars. I can't recommend them enough. If you're looking for a name that you trust, they're at most dispensaries all over Los Angeles and some other states where weed is legal. Look out for Punch. Give them a follow. Support the people who support the show. Makes a really big difference for me. Buy some socks. All right, guys, enjoy this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Ian Edwards. Oh, also, I will be coming to San Diego with Kimberly Congdon at the end of November. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but look out for that if you're in the San Diego area. It's going to be the weekend of Comic-Con on a Saturday. We're going to be co-headlining it together. So if you're going to Comic-Con or you're going to be in San Diego late November, look out for that as well. All right, guys, let's get to this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Ian Edwards. Here it is, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. Today's guest is Ian Edwards. Ian, I feel like you've been through a lot on your way here.
Yeah, I almost died.
You almost
coming up
died
here.
because it's treacherous.
It's treacherous, yo. Like,
should I warn people?
Yes, you got to warn people. But I knew it was treacherous because I've been up here before.
Right.
And I like the idea of Topanga Canyon, but you're taking your life into your own hands coming to visit someone or leaving before nightfall.
It's also, yeah, you got to leave before nightfall.
Yeah.
Or have nowhere to be. Because then you can go like 3 miles per hour. At night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But also, I think it was hilarious that I knew you were here when I heard a honk.
Uh-huh.
Because
there's no Wi-Fi. You can't even tell the person who invited you
that you're
here because you text them it's just it just circles.
Yeah.
So I went old school and I honked.
And then I was like, am I high or did he just honk?
And that's the thing. Everybody's high, so they forget that they even had a guest.
Yeah, everyone's high in the canyon.
Yeah. Or that their guest is honking outside. Did I hear that?
I'm like, is that a real thing that's happening or is it a mirage?
Exactly.
And then I came out and you were like, yeah, I went old school. I honked.
Yeah. I had to. Because this text, it probably won't send until I get home.
It actually, like, when I went in, I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
It's 2021. Like, they should have reception up here.
Yeah, but also, like, it's kind of fun not having reception.
Not having reception. I
mean, it's fun, but it's not practical.
Right.
For having podcast guests over.
Right. I mean,
I'm like, hey, follow the yellow brick road. I'm like, park here, do this, walk over here.
You sent me a picture of where to park.
Yeah.
And you sent it before you knew I'd get here. You sent it when you knew I'd be able to receive it.
Yeah.
You know, if you sent it like
Too
10 minutes
soon,
before.
you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was like, I have to
send it like, how long ago did you send that text? An hour?
Yeah.
I got it 10 minutes before I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so crazy. So what have you been up to since the pandemic? I haven't seen you.
I know, it's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like you've been thriving on Instagram, though.
Well, that's all a lie.
Good
The better
lie.
you look on Instagram, the sadder you are. Everyone knows that. Right?
I guess. I
I
mean,
thought that was the universal truth.
I mean, that's how much I get the internet.
Yeah.
That's how much I'm struggling on the internet.
You're struggling on the
Most
internet?
of my problems in life are on the internet. Like
Really?
On Instagram, trying to get views and likes. Real life,
But
I'm
why?
fine.
You're a funny, cool guy.
Yeah, but I just want to. It helps you get more even independent and cool, because you can just like make your own schedule show wise and book stuff. I just want the rooms to be packed, so when I go on the road. So that's why I have this battle with the algorithm.
You're battling the algorithm.
Yeah, I think
we all are though.
But I see people doing well, and I feel like it has a personal agenda against me, because it doesn't matter what I post compared to what other people post. Like, I see them getting more likes and views. So even this morning, I tried to get up before algorithm time.
What's algorithm time?
I don't know. I'm assuming the algorithm will get up like at 7 a.m.
You're trying to crack the algorithm code.
So I tried to get up
okay.
before the algorithm wakes up,
okay.
so that it could stop my posts from flourishing. You feel me?
Okay, so what time? So you're posting at 7 a.m.?
No, I should have. I posted at 8, but I should
No,
have.
no.
I should have woken up
No.
at 6.
You want to know a trick?
Yeah, what's the trick?
If you post to Reels, it goes to the top of the algorithm.
Let me tell you how vindictive the algorithm is against
Wait,
me.
okay.
Even on Reels, I tried Reels. You don't think I've tried Reels? And the algorithm's like, nah, it's Ian. We know it's you, nigga. We know it's you, nigga.
What about? Do you ever post on TikTok?
I did twice, and I think the algorithm on TikTok and Instagram are homies. They have you know, when states have these the state authorities have these like wanted posters. I'm wanted on all algorithms. Or not wanted on all algorithms. Yeah,
against you?
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't think so. I think that, but don't you feel like anytime you look on Instagram, you just always feel like everyone's doing better than you? That's just Instagram.
Just algorithm wise. Like, I don't care what people
are doing
like on Instagram, like personally.
You're like this bitch is on a yacht again.
Yeah,
I do.
Good for her.
Sometimes I'm like, hey, fuck her.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't date her.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a yacht, and I can't afford when
yacht
I look
life?
at yacht life or
I don't really feel like
boa life.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know, cut life.
Yacht life.
Or STK
Steak.
life or.
Well, it's also like it's a different energy.
Yes.
Like if you're still like after the pandemic, like you need to go to STK and on a yacht to feel good about yourself. It's not great.
Right. It's not great.
It's like you should have evolved past that after spending some time with yourself inside.
Which they didn't.
No.
Yeah. So Yeah. So
what did you do during the pandemic? Right? Reflect.
I was like, honestly, I kind of wish the shit was still going.
It was like a nice kind of vacation.
It was a dope vacation.
I know.
Because before the pandemic started, first of all, I was like, I'd come home at night. We do sets.
Yeah.
So come home like 3 a.m, and I'd like turn on YouTube and then look at all these stories in like shit that's going on in China and the rest of the world. And I was just watching it. Like, you ever like watch like a show or a commercial and the whole map is lit up and then you see each light on each country just go black?
Yeah.
I was watching that happen. I was like, oh, this is coming to America. We're not going to do well.
Yeah. No, it's so crazy that we lived through a plague or whatever. And we're still kind of in it.
Yeah. You're a soldier. You survived the plague.
I know.
Give you your soldier props.
Like at this point, I'm like, I don't care. I survived the plague.
Anybody that's born after the pandemic and when they're older and I talk to them, I'm going to exaggerate how bad it was.
Oh, yeah.
And get props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we have now.
Yeah.
To be like, I survived a plague. There was no toilet paper. And it's also weird because if you think about the U.S. like in like the 80s or the 90s, like if you would be like, okay, in 2020, you're not going to be able to get toilet paper, people would be like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Stone Ages. We lived through the Stone Ages.
Yeah, it's like so... It's so weird because we were like so evolved, but then we didn't have like the basic things that we needed. Right. But everyone's like inside on Zoom talking, and it's like so weird.
Right. And nobody has toilet paper, but we have the ability to be in each other's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they've really running out of shit. Like I start watching the news, but like I hear that like supplies on everything is down.
No, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
What's going on? Because I don't watch the news.
Okay, well, so
what did they say?
This is what I know.
All right.
I know that my car completely died, and I needed to buy a car, and there's a chip shortage.
Oh, I heard about the chip shortage.
So getting a car was impossible. But then finally I got one, but it was really hard to find a car at like a reasonable price. Like they were selling it for more because there's some port problem that's happening. And by the way, this is just like Valley Girl summary of what I think is happening. Okay.
Well,
I know shit's bad because I saw some bitch in Nordstrom's have a mental breakdown because they didn't have her pant size.
Nordstrom's rack or
full Nordstrom's?
Full Nordstrom's, all right.
She's like, you guys don't have my pant size. And they said, well, we don't have anyone's pant size right now because there's a port problem. And she like had this full meltdown. And so I know that's how I know because I have my ear to the street like that. Yeah.
Well, I know there's a
drill.
I know shit is going up. Is it picking up? I mean, you got to expect something.
Should I?
You got to expect some outside noise.
I know. But I always feel like the second I sit down to do it, there's a drill. But I did tell them. Should I tell them? I
mean, it's up to you.
I mean, it's you, me, the drill. What else do we need?
It's our theme music. Whatchamacallit, a friend of mine, he sold this truck that he bought at the beginning of the pandemic for like $18,000 more than he bought it for. So that's how I know there's a chip shortage.
Yeah. And I don't even know what when I hear the words chip shortage, I'm like, okay, that's sad. No kettle chips. Like I'm picturing that. Like I still can't even. I don't even know what the fuck a chip is. Like a computer chip.
Yeah, a computer chip.
But then also, why can't we get jeans? There's like jean situation. Everything's just like stuck at the port.
That must be something to do with the port.
I don't know shit about ports.
I mean, we're all learning now.
Right? Yeah, we're living in like a weird time.
This is what I learned about the ports.
Okay.
What I know about the ports is when the pandemic started, I would get these texts from a friend of a friend that worked at the port.
No.
That would say the port is going to shut down.
No.
And so you better grab as much shit as possible. So the ports have been like ramping up their I can't find the word because I do gummies at home, so it kind of. do you lose your memory sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, and it's fucked up.
And why do you keep doing gummies?
Because I like it more than continuing to smoke.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I like the feeling.
Yeah.
But I know that, like, I've had memory loss, like 100%.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, eh. What do I need to remember?
That's hilarious.
Wait, you had someone who worked at the port?
Like, everybody was getting these texts. Like, it was
No,
like...
I don't have any insider.
But it was always fake information.
But I did have a pandemic sanitizer guy who I met in an alley.
What would he give you?
He gave me 2 gallons of sanitizer in an alley, and he only gave them to me because I was like, my parents are old. He was like, all right, thanks. I was like, my grandma's old too. Can I get another one?
Where did you meet a sanitizer plug?
He sort of like this guy that I knew,
Mm-hmm.
who also is a drag queen, who I met at like some party. He started posting that he was in the sanitizer game, and if anyone was in urgent need, and I was like, I am in urgent need, because you know when it was like the first couple days,
Mm-hmm.
and you felt like so crazy, and you're like trapped at home, and you're used to being out like around people doing stand up. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Where were you? You were living. Where were you
I was living at my parents at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh,
Then I was
okay.
like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Was it crazy living with them again?
It
You weren't living with them before the pandemic. You started living with them during the pandemic.
It was gnarly. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, it was also just like, I was worried that they were gonna die, so I was like, don't go outside.
Uh-huh.
And then like I'm like paranoid and high, and I was like trying to help, but it felt like everything. And my parents were sanitizing their mail. We were sanitizing the mail. Do you remember that phase where people like?
I would just not even pick up the mail. I was like, and then I'd get angry when I get junk mail. I was like, you motherfuckers trying to kill me? Like this I never used this shit. I never wanted it. And you're still sending it now?
During a
pandemic? During the pandemic? You sending me junk mail? Like this shit, I'm gonna sue you if I die.
But you get
I
COVID.
I hope I die.
If
So
you-
I could sue your asses for trying to murder me with junk mail.
COVID from the penny saver or whatever. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. And then also, like, the logic behind it doesn't make sense. Even still, sometimes you're like, okay, so, like, when I'm walking up to the restaurant, I have the mask on. But when I sit down outside, I take it off. But
Yeah, to check in. I guess to check in with the person. But
everyone's vibe is totally different.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know what to expect.
Right, exactly.
Especially in LA.
I just wear the mask because I like it anyway, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's incognito.
Yeah, listen, before the pandemic,
Yeah.
whenever flu season came up,
Yeah.
I'd have hand sanitizer in my car because you talk to so many people at night after the shows, right?
Yeah.
And then I only fist bump. I start fist bumping around Halloween. And I tell people,
What?
I tell people I'll shake your hand in the summer.
Oh, when the viral season's down.
Yeah, when the viral season's down. And so, because some people get offended, but it's like, hey man, like I'm not gonna have a flu during Christmas. I'm not gonna have a flu
No, hell
during
no.
Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So I just let's just enjoy the holiday.
From being a comic, I feel like I've gotten the flu every season.
All right.
Because you're out with like the people
Everybody.
who travel
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
We're
It's like-
in the we should actually be automatically inoculated from the goddamn
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
From all the years of like being around everybody, sharing blunts.
Yeah.
And from people that just traveled all over
Yeah.
the place and they're not the cleanest people in the world, some of us.
No.
Yeah.
Most of us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's crazy. This
The
drill's
saw.
getting so out of hand.
Well, the drill stopped. Now you got a saw.
Oh, it's a saw. I don't know the difference between the sound of a saw and a drill and a siren
Yeah,
in the distance.
We should hope we'll finish this before the fire gets closer.
Yeah.
'Cause sirens in the mountain only mean
One thing.
one thing.
Sirens in the mountain. Yeah, it's so true though. Have you been going on the road?
Yeah, a little bit. Like you was talking about you going to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been to Austin like twice. That was fun.
Yeah.
Like stay in Austin, like in the city or around the city. It's like so many like different places to go eat and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Do you like barbecue?
I'm vegan, so
Oh,
nah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like, oh yeah.
Mhm.
So what do you eat when you go there?
I mean, they got so much vegan shit there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Vegan shit's pretty much everywhere.
It's
now.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's not the 90s anymore.
Yeah, you don't get chastised
Yeah, you don't.
as much by people. That dirty look when you tell people you're vegan. As much.
Do you get chastised when you go to Texas?
Nah, I mean,
You're like a low profile vegan. Though.
yeah.
You're not like, nice to meet you, I'm a vegan.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? You're like chill about your veganism.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing any meditation?
I didn't this morning.
You didn't this morning, but do you
But
normally?
I just started back this week. Like I go through phases of like meditating, and then I just fall out of that shit for like months.
Same.
And then I just started back this week.
Just this week.
Yeah,
Picked
yeah.
it up again.
Yeah, and I dropped it already this morning.
Yeah. I feel like we were talking about Wim Hof meditation.
Yeah, I was paying attention to that, and I did that a little bit. When did we talk about that?
A long time ago.
A long time ago?
You came on my podcast. It was at the Comedy Store. We talked about Wim Hof meditation, and that's the guy who breathes all crazy.
Right. He said all crazy. Don't make it sound like
How do you explain it?
it's not all crazy.
It's a deep breath.
Yeah, it's
I mean, like, it's healing.
yeah, it's healing.
It's a deep,
That's what you said,
crazy
it's all
healing
crazy.
breath.
you just want to call it crazy. That's hilarious.
How do you
Did you ever
explain
try
it?
it?
No.
Nah. Well,
But I do know that it's supposed to be amazing for you.
right. I think the way people should just Google it after this, after I butcher it. But you know it's Wim Hof.
Wim
But
Hof.
Wim Hof. But I can't even say his name right.
You just did.
All right, good. I couldn't hear myself over the saw. What a hater.
Wim Hof.
Yeah,
We're
Wim
trying to
Hof.
talk Wim Hof,
We're
okay?
trying to talk Wim Hof over here.
It's like it's a breathing method, right?
Yeah, it's
that
a
helps with your meditation.
I think this is what he said. I'm a paraphrase.
Okay.
I think he was saying that, like, and the thing about Wim Hof, like, he's not just like, some people would just know, like, he's very scientific also. So he's not just coming from
Woo-woo.
a place of spirituality. Like, he's done he fucks with scientists and has taken all the scientific tests.
Mm-hmm.
But like he said, he did like yoga and all those things before.
Mm-hmm.
And meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And meditation is breathing and yoga is breathing. Like you do yoga, right? You look like you do yoga.
Yeah.
And so he just takes it, and I forgot how much of our body, our cardio is made up. How many, how do you put it? It's tough after gummies. How much of our body, like how many, let's say there's miles inside of our body, our cardiovascular system
Okay.
is like runs throughout our body.
Okay.
When we breathe in oxygen, it goes into our bloodstream and goes throughout our body. But like the way he breathes lets you exercise the whole cardiovascular system
Okay.
and take in like the maximum amount of air
Of like lung capacity.
yeah, and then send that
Energy
because
to other places.
because we breathe really lazily. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we just like, but we're not like, and I also think that back in the day when we didn't have houses and shit like that, and we lived outside,
Mm-hmm.
that you used your full lung capacity.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what it was.
Because you had to.
You had to.
probably.
But now we have all these comforts. We're like, a lot of our shit is just dormant.
Like shallow breathing.
Yeah, shallow breathing.
Shallow
Yeah.
breathing in the
Uh-huh.
kitchen, eating a Twix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got to do that deep
So
breathing.
do that deep, crazy breathing. Is that what you called it?
Deep crazy breathing, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm down with that. If I could, maybe I need to get into Wim Hof. My neighbor made me chant a mantra with her in the street
In the street.
like a week ago, and now she's been texting me. Yeah. She comes up to me and she's like, I don't know if she's trying to get me to join her cult or what, but she said, I believe that the things we think become our reality. I said, cool, me too. She said, cool. Would you like to chant? And I didn't know what to say. I was a little stoned. I was like, sure. So then the next thing I know, I was chanting with her. Then she said, you got to say this mantra a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night.
Mm-hmm.
And soon enough, you'll find your way to my Zoom chanting class. I'll send you a link. And at this point, I was like too deep, and she like gave me like a business card and asked for my phone number, which I gave her. And now she's been soliciting me, trying to get me to come to her Zoom chanting.
I need you to go and just let me know.
Do you want to do it? I can get you a link.
No. I want you to give me some feedback. Let me know what's the deal. I feel like we're in Topanga Canyon, and there's multiple cults up here. You have
for sure.
a choice, and
Yes.
some of them are going to be. This is not a Scientology area.
Yeah, no.
This is like offshoot brands like this is like the Silicon Valley for cults.
Yeah.
Like what do they call them? Like the startups?
Yes.
This is where like the startup cults is at. So just let me know if this is the new Uber of cults. Let me know if this is the Facebook of cults. Like give me go check it out. This is some ground floor shit.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I know my landlords went to a dinner and they had different it was like a vegan dinner actually, and each part of the meal was associated with a different element. So it was like water. So I don't know what it was, but basically in the first meal was air, and they gave them nothing. They pay. Yeah, so there's all kinds of startup cults here. You're right. I'll go to the Zoom chanting. I'll let you know. So she tells me this mantra. Then
what's the mantra?
It's Buddhist.
Do you know what it means?
I could get it. It's on a business card that she gave me. I could go get it. Do you want me to?
I'm curious. Yeah.
Okay, because then I Googled the chant.
Right.
I call Stephanie Simbari, of course, naturally. She goes, I know that woman. And the chant, Tina Turner used to say it a lot. So
Nomi Arenge Kia?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
That was the one I was chanting.
Oh, okay. That was in a movie, so that might be safe.
Okay, so do you think I should go to the Zoom chanting?
Yeah. I want to know what's up.
She said to say that in the morning and the evening, and soon enough, I'll find my way to the Zoom meeting.
Did she?
Are you in cahoots with her?
I'm just saying, go check it out. Like, what else are you doing up here?
Guys, it is the halfway point of the show, which means it's time to get weird. I'm just going to push the whole getting weird theme since this wall is so stupid. The wall is so stupid to me, and I know that so many people book this Airbnb because of this wall. And I got to be honest, it's all colors I like. It's just the messaging is intense. It would have been cooler, no words. That's just my opinion. Hope this doesn't find its way back to the Airbnb owners. Guys, it's the halfway point of Shank, which means one thing and one thing only. It's time for me to tell you about my favorite way to get high, Punch Bar. That's right. You know, if you know me, I'm a huge edible head. So much so that I say edible head instead of pothead. But this company makes amazing chocolates. They're 100 milligrams of THC, so you don't want to have the whole thing unless your tolerance is really high. But you just need a little square, and that's 10 milligrams, and the flavors are incredible. I toured the facility. I can't tell you how impressed I was by how much effort goes into making a single cannabis infused malt ball. They polish them, and there's a whole system, and I was so excited about it. They also have really amazing fruit snacks. Most of the fruit snacks that are infused are gelatin, but theirs are a very good texture. They taste like those fruit snacks that you grew up with as a kid, but they're infused with cannabis, and they're a great way to support the show. If you're someone who lives in a weed legal state, please make sure to just check out Punch. Edibles. Give them a follow. This is a dark chocolate mint edible, which I'm a mint bitch. Like, my dating profile for a while would just say mint chip. What did it say? Mint chip connoisseur, and that was it. That's probably why I was single for so long. Dark chocolate almond covered in chocolate and infused. Like, why wouldn't you want that? And this one's a classic s'mores. Support the show. Check out Punch. Give them a follow on Instagram at Punch Edibles. If you're enjoying this podcast, leave a review. Let's get back to this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Ann Edwards, guys. Let's do it.
And you can zoom from your spot. You don't have to.
You think I should do the chanting thing and then let you know what happens?
Next
thing you know, I'm going to be like, I'm going away for a week with this lady. And I'm going to like wear long cloaks.
Did you meet her did you know her?
No.
You just ran into her on a walk?
On a walk. Yeah, everyone here is very communal.
All right.
So then we start talking. Then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm chanting. And I'm like,
that is so Topanga
like
Canyon.
Susceptible to like chanting cults.
But you're almost there. Listen,
I'm so close. Because I like to dip my toe in, but I like to be in control of like how woo woo I get. You know what I mean?
But you're gonna be woo woo. You moved to Topanga Canyon.
Yeah.
Everybody up here
I can't
is
pretend
woo woo. Like you can act like nah. Like I get what you're saying. Like when like there's rappers, they're like, when I make money, I'm gonna keep it hood. I'm always gonna be, and then they try to
hood about my woo woo.
Yeah, but then they have you're trying to keep your your soul hood, but you up here.
You are who you are.
Yeah, you
need to embrace
you are
it.
where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting this thing.
Yeah, no, it's not true. I mean, I do moon rituals, so I belong.
What is that?
Okay, so on the full moon and the new moon. On the full moon, you do a release. So you write down everything you want to release and burn it.
All right, that's like a Burning Man thing.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah, they.
Did you go to Burning Man?
Nah, I do want to go at least once. Yeah.
You think you'll wear goggles?
To keep the sand out my eyes.
Yeah. And a headlamp.
To not get run over. Yeah.
See, like that part grosses me out. The headlamp and the goggles. And like the dirty part.
It's the dirty part is gonna gross me out. The goggles and the lamp are practical because you're in the desert.
I know.
And there's moving shit.
But in my head, I like, if I go to Burning Man, there's got to be outfits.
Right.
And you want to know what's killing the vibe? The headlamp and the goggles.
You're good with style. You can make a headlamp and a goggle combination that goes with your costume. Like,
See what I mean? I don't have the time to start playing. People who go to Burning Man, they plan that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm only going once.
You just got to get in with a camp that already is ready to go.
Yeah. When I go, let's say when I go, I'm going to go with people that know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to look like I dress for Burning Man.
You're not? You're going to wear an Adidas tracksuit?
Yeah. I'm just going to be there. I'm going to just be there.
I respect that.
This is my daytime shit.
I respect that.
So I'm going to just wear my daytime shit.
I respect that.
Yeah.
This is going to be you in an Adidas tracksuit.
Everybody's going to be looking at me like, you know how they pretend to be so accepting and open to everybody. Yeah. I'm going to be the dude. They're going to be like, this nigga belong here? Does he know where he's at? I'm going to push everybody's acceptance threshold when I get there.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, and like, what's the deal? You trade with people for things? A lot of bartering happens.
I don't know.
Next thing you know, I'm going to be bartering.
I don't know. I mean, you want to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you don't have anything, you don't give anything. If you do, you do. I don't know what I'd have to trade.
Compliments. You're like,
sometimes
I'm giving away that's the Burning Man spirit, though, right?
People,
I'm tapping into it. See?
There you go. You're doing it already. Like,
I'm
there's
wearing
hugs.
tie-dye. I got an amethyst on. I know what I'm doing. I've got
you got a what on?
An amethyst.
And you say you don't want to get too woo.
Yeah, I already am. I'm already gone.
You already burnt your.
Listen, I'm gone.
You burnt the stuff you want to give away.
Oh, I burnt the stuff. On the full moon, I do a release where I burn everything I want to let go of and what I want to create more room for. I write that down too. And then on the new moon, it's a manifestation moon. So you write down everything you want to happen and you burn that. Tends to work.
Tends to work? Well, tell me some of the stuff you got rid of, if you can say. And next time on the... What's the part where you write down the stuff you want to get rid of? What's that called?
The release moon. You do that on the full moon.
Saw.
Put the saw
in that one.
You're like, hey.
But what's some of the stuff you wanted to get rid of that you got rid of?
Well, I wanted to move out of my parents.
All right.
I did that. It was on the paper.
Worked.
I wanted to find a place for a certain amount of money. I wrote it down, and then I found this place for that exact amount of money.
Oh, well. I'm gonna ask you about that off camera.
Yeah, you can ask that about me off camera.
Yeah.
All of that.
All right. And what's some of the stuff that? Because the other thing you did was that's like vision boardy.
Yeah, the manifestation stuff. Well, definitely moving here was on a lot of them for a long time. Getting a dog was on here.
Where's the dog?
The dog's in there.
So it's their dog or your dog?
We share.
You share. But
very communal. It's theirs technically. But he sleeps in my bed.
But he sleeps in your bed.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I think it works.
I think it works. I think anything like that.
Anything you think, it's really the intention behind it.
Yeah. I feel like you always get what you want subconsciously or unconsciously. So people end up places sometimes or in situations, but and sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's good, but it's, it was on your mind and you set yourself on course in that direction.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and well, I like doing it because it just helps me look at my life and say, okay, what do I like, what don't I like? And then I don't think about my life until every 2 weeks.
So you do this every 2 weeks?
Listen, I'm busy.
No.
I'm burning papers left and right. I'm lighting sage. I got an abundance candle.
How is this? That's why the canyon's on fire. Everybody up here is burning their intentions and setting the goddamn. That's why there's always fires up here. It's the woo-woo shit that's sitting there.
The moon rituals are getting...
Every moon ritual, the canyon catches on fire. Nobody can figure out why.
That's so funny. It's just like a coven of witches.
Could y'all just put it in the garbage disposal? It's the same thing.
I'm so careful. I have like a pot. I put water at the bottom of it. I got my candles.
Sounds like a bong.
Yeah.
A pot with water at the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, candle. Do you do it outside?
Yeah. I'll do it right on my deck.
Right. And then the moon is...
The moon's right there normally. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I've been doing moon rituals. Did you know you were going to be talking moon rituals today?
I mean, I was always open to learn some shit.
Okay. Okay.
I'll go Google moon rituals when I leave here. But I always suspected you part woo-woo. But it's you haven't accepted it, but I think it's a good party.
No, I've accepted it. I don't present it all the time.
Right.
Like what you said, I'm hood about my woo.
Hood about your woo.
Yeah.
You like to keep it gangster.
Like you'd wear this to Burning Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is me.
I'm here, but I'm here the way I want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're not converting me.
Yeah. No.
This is a choice I made for myself. Yeah.
I'm a conscientious objector.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So wait, have you been doing your podcast?
Yeah. I did it yesterday. No, we're not doing it. I did it
What's
Tuesday.
it called?
It's called Soccer Comic Rant, and only if you're into soccer, or if you want to get into soccer, fuck it, listen to podcasts, and we just talk about the Premier League, which is a British league. Yeah.
Cool. And that comes out every what day?
It should be every Tuesday, but sometimes Wednesday.
Tuesday,
if I get really
Wednesday.
lazy, Thursday.
People don't realize
It's
the effort it takes to be consistent with a podcast.
I mean,
it's insane.
We should all get awards.
Every day, every time I do a podcast, I'm like, I can't believe I've done it again. Every week
so
when
funny.
it's up, like, I don't care how many views it gets. I'm just like, it's up. I did it. It feels like you turn in your homework assignment or something. You're like, okay, cool.
That's pretty funny.
Now I can look myself in the mirror and feel like I'm doing something.
Right. That's funny. That's true.
Right?
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't realize it looks so casual because everyone has one. You're like, yeah, you think it's going to be all easy. It's like writing the description. Sometimes I'm like, you know what?
That takes that shit right there.
People don't realize.
That's why I don't post it sometimes on Tuesday night.
That's the description.
Because I'm like, I can't think about this now or remember what we talked about.
And then I got to go rewatch for the description.
So I got to watch my own podcast.
I do. Sometimes it's so rough. It's when you start watching your own podcast, you start it's hard to not like really know yourself and hate yourself in like a different way.
I mean, I know that's like it affects your mental health.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, if I'm gonna be podcasting, I need to live in a remote canyon.
Yeah, well, I think you did that part.
Yeah.
Where
it doesn't matter what my camera angles are, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, you're a great writer.
I mean,
have you been writing a lot?
I wrote on during the pandemic. I wrote on first of all, thanks.
Yes.
During the podcast, I'm starting to like accept compliments. I'm open to that now.
Okay, good. You should be because you're very talented.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
See how quick I responded?
Yes.
Like the other day, somebody gave me a compliment about a jacket I had on, and then we just kept on talking. Then I walked away.
Yeah.
And was like thinking about my set.
Yeah.
And like walked up to them 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
I said, hey, thank you for that compliment. Because I just remembered that I didn't like acknowledge that shit at all.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because also when you're in the state of like about to do a set.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like that anyway. I'm just.
You're weird with compliments?
Yeah. So I'm taking them now.
Yeah, you got it, right?
Thank you. I got it.
You got to cash in on those.
Yeah, cash in on those.
When you get them, you got it.
Cash in on all my IOU compliments papers. I'm gonna liquidate them.
Yeah.
But
all your assets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just wrote on the last OG. It's during the pandemic from like November to like I think it was March.
Oh, cool.
And then the first episode just aired Wednesday night.
Oh, cool.
Tuesday night.
That's awesome.
For the season, yeah. So season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
So how many episodes in the new season?
I think it's 10.
Okay, cool.
But it was good to have a job
during pandemic
when everything, and it came at the right time. Like in the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch all the Marvel Universe movies in the order that they were made.
No.
And you had to do something at night. Like every night, I'd have a date with myself in the living room. Like after dinner, it's like, this is what I'm going to watch. It felt like normal people life, civilian life.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was like, so this is what it's like when you don't have to be anywhere at night.
Right. Or is it like, and then trying to get up earlier.
Yeah.
So then go on like a civilian schedule.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, our schedule's like.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it's also weird because, like, when you're out at night, it makes it hard to get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
And so then your day's all fucked up and weird.
But that's when we should accept that our day is not like
anyone else's day.
So don't not feel guilty about getting up late.
No, I know. It took me a long time to get to that place.
And I still go in and out of the guilt of that.
Because it's also like, that's just what society has said is the normal schedule.
Right.
But you're like, yeah, but most people in society, you don't have to be somewhere at 10:30.
Yeah, exactly.
On a Friday. And then I normally have like a caffeine situation and then I'm up.
Oh, so you drink something like late with caffeine in it?
Sometimes. I've noticed that's become like a crutch for me. Like not because I'm not smoking weed before a set and I'm not drinking before a set.
You're disciplined.
Before a set.
You're disciplined with your drug addiction.
Yeah, so then I just do caffeine.
Oh.
And then I'm awake.
Really?
And then I'm starting to feel like, is that a crutch? Like I need my.
It's caffeine.
If I don't have my fucking Red Bull, if I don't have my
But if you
Red Bull,
if
I
you
don't
say-
know if these
if
jokes
you
are
say
gonna
it like
land.
that, if you say it like
I'm
that.
like sweating. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I'm still kind of on a pandemic schedule.
Yeah.
Like I still.
Aren't we kind of all though?
I mean,
Like
I
nothing's
don't know.
really normal.
Yeah.
It feels a little like we woke up in another dimension.
Somewhere it's just somewhere hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit is still kind of hazy, especially in Cali.
Yeah.
And the part of Cali that we're at. Like,
Yeah.
how I wonder how much the pandemic affected Topanga Canyon. Like this is the world just was on Topanga Canyon time.
Oh yeah.
And
It
then-
was the perfect place to be,
right.
you know, because it's just like everyone here is on their own schedule.
Does it get pitch black like
Yeah.
scary up here?
It gets like pitch black scary, and then you can hear like crickets and birds and like animals and stuff. I've seen an owl.
Oh, you seen an owl?
I've seen an owl, and
Them
like,
things are deadly.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, them things.
But
are
they're
deadly.
crazy looking in real life.
Yeah, how big are they? How big was that shit?
The shit was big,
Yeah,
and it looked like, because like the only owl I had seen before I
Mhm.
moved here was like from the Tootsie Pop roll commercial. Like, how many licks does it take to get? So like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, they seem okay. They seem like not real things that you see outside. But then when I saw one, I was like, damn, that thing was crazy. It looked powerful.
Yeah, them things is killers. Like Matt Brunger used to do a joke about owls and talk about, oh, they're fucking killers, you know? And then, but every representation of an owl is always in like a Disney or they're the wise thing.
Yes,
and
yes,
and they're a clock.
yes.
And you feel safe. You don't want to meet. You don't want to meet an owl. You don't want to meet an owl.
No.
No, an owl will fuck you up.
But they're so like weird looking too, especially if you're stoned and you look into the face of an owl.
Oh shit.
Do you ever watch those animal shows?
Sometimes, like
I used to do that.
the David Attenborough joints.
Yeah, those are fun. I saw the movie Dune.
Oh, I just watched that shit.
Did you like it?
Uh,
That's I didn't.
I'm not gonna say I didn't like it.
I didn't really understand it. Let me be completely honest with you.
They just took a long time to say it's a setup movie. It's a movie to set up the
Series?
other two. The other. So I'm assuming they're gonna make at
Make
least
more.
2 more. So, did you ever watch Lord of the Rings? Never. I hated the first one, but the other 2 were like, especially the third one. I was watching
feel
in
like
the movie
I could
theater.
get into Lord of the
You
Rings.
should check it out.
I mean, I am being an elf for Halloween this year. My ears are on their way here.
My ears are on the way
They are.
here.
I bought 3 pairs of ears because the first pair of ears I bought were low sitting, and I looked like more like a troll than an elf.
Low
Turns out
City.
there's a whole society of people who want to be elves because they were back ordered because of Halloween on Amazon.
The ports.
The ports.
The ports.
Don't get my fucking
The
elf
ports
ears.
got to get these ears here. Suppose the ears don't come in till November.
I'm gonna be upset.
People, you won't be the only one.
Be a lot of sad elves.
There's gonna be a lot of sad elves.
So when you write for your stand-up, do you have a process, or is it just how do you write for your stand-up?
I guess there's different types of processes, but I feel like the most effective one is like always tape my set
Mm-hmm.
and then listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I listen to it, that writing session, I can cheat because if I listen to it and I'm at a Starbucks or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I can stop it. Sometimes I'll listen to it and a joke will come to me or a
Mhm.
tag while I'm listening. So that's free.
Yeah.
That's just from like paying attention to detail
Right.
without like
having to like try to write.
to do a math equation where this is the setup. What would be a funny punchline for this setup.
Right.
Like, this is a fact.
Uh-huh.
How do I make this fact funny? So
Right.
I normally write with that mathematical equation, and then also try to like what else is in this subject area, instead of like, I have this joke, it's a one-liner,
Uh-huh.
but what else about the topic of leaves,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then I'll look up some shit on leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and then, this is a crazy fact about leaves, or just a fact that I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll let me write a punchline to that, and then you can have a whole 5-minute bit on leaves. But it's
Yeah.
gonna take a you know, a few months to develop or whatever, but like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening back, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Especially to longer sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, whenever I do a longer set, I always listen to it because I'm always trying to figure out, because in LA, it's harder to get longer sets,
right.
So it's like if I go to San Diego
Mm-hmm.
and I can do like a headlining gig there, and then I can come back and listen and be like, okay, cool, this is what it sounds like all together.
Right.
Which is harder to get here.
Yeah. Like, I have to do La Jolla, not this weekend, next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did the Brea Improv, but it was just one night.
Uh-huh.
But it was a headlining set. So now, for next weekend, on the way up there, I'll listen to it, and I'll go to a Starbucks, and I'll just
That's
work
what I
on
do.
it.
Yeah. Right before a headlining thing, I'll listen to my last headlining thing, and then
Mhm.
I'll go through and like tighten it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps you remember the order of it.
It does.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes when you listen to it, you're like, I got to switch some of these things around. And you're like, but I remember it this way now. And then I'll be
Yeah.
like, switch it. And then throughout the whole set, you're worried about
The order.
remembering the new order that you just put yourself
I know.
into. But you do it, and you're like, then you're glad you did it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like doing something in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
But since the pandemic, like when I got back to it, because before I was like so intense about the order in which I did it. I was like, it has to be in this order. And then if I like set it one thing off, it would mess me up so much.
Right.
Now I'm just like, I'll just say it in the moment when it feels like the right time.
Right.
And I have like a vague order, but I'm less like obsessive.
That's good too. Like, the
Because I
looser
got
you are.
so obsessive.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'll be like writing it all out in the same order over and over again, like 25 times.
Damn.
And it's like, okay, I think I know it,
Yeah, I think that's growth though. Now that
Yeah.
you're like it's like more flexible and shit.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I feel like from doing it, I've been more chill with, just being more flexible, and also just like being more in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so fun doing crowd work after not doing it for a while.
After not doing stand up here.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's what it's like again. You know?
How much have you been getting up since like now that
Since
this 2020 is 2021?
going
Or did you
through
get up a lot during the
phases.
pandemic?
No, not really. I didn't get up a lot during the pandemic at all because there wasn't really anything happening.
Mhm.
But now I go through phases. Like this last month, I had a lot of spots, but then the month before that, I didn't really have that many.
Right.
And then like this next week, I'm gonna be in Texas, so I'll have a lot of spots there, and then
Right.
Skank Fest, and then I'll come back, and then
Where's
I get a lot
Skank
of
Fest gonna be?
spots in Houston.
In Houston?
Yeah. But I get a lot of spots lately, like weird spots in LA.
Uh-huh.
I'll be like, come do this taco stand. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. Come do this parking structure. I'm like, okay. It just feels like I'm definitely not getting as many spots as I had before the pandemic.
Same here.
But I'm getting more and more.
Right. Yeah, same here. Like, I did a brewery downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, whenever you go downtown, on your way to where you're going, looks sketch.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's sketch. And then you're like, is this person trying to set me up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get there, and it's this wonderful place.
Right.
But to get there, I feel like any business downtown is like, what's a terrible street I can put a business on,
Yeah, no.
so that at night people are scared as shit, but they'll come. Once they come, they'll just keep coming.
Yeah.
As if it's like some rite of passage to get here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, LA shows are wild because they're like in so many different weird random places too now.
I did a show, I think 2 weeks ago. It was in Pismo, like Slow.
Yeah, Pismo Beach.
Yeah. and
In San Luis Obispo?
St. Louis Obispo, yeah. It was like, it's like at the Sycamore Secret Garden, something like, or Mineral
Okay.
Garden.
That sounds cool.
So they put me in this hotel. So I went up there early.
Uh-huh.
First of all, the drive up there was
Pretty.
first the parts along the ocean was pretty. Then there was a fire, which I didn't see, but my GPS just directed me. I think it's a 154 east. So then you cut inland, and so you're just going through like the mountains, and it's like it's just as pretty as the ocean.
Right.
So the drive up there was like, oh shit, and then stay in the hotel, and then the show was at another hotel in the garden of a hotel. So the
Really?
hotel had a garden, and it was like lit up lights, people. And it was just like,
Was it fun?
yo, everybody killed. It was crazy.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so fun getting back into it
yeah.
and like doing it again. Because before, I didn't know what to do with myself at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, word.
I was like hula hooping, live streaming. I was like, can I perform like this?
Would you get in Venmo?
Yeah. People were like, can you do a hula hoop to the song? They'd like send me songs. I'll be like, sure. Then I was like, I made $75 tonight. And then I was like, I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. It's not practical.
So you're hula hooping
I got
in
an
a room
LED.
in your parents' house?
Yeah.
And
they're
people
like,
and dudes are
it's just like
Venmoing you?
jump.
'Cause, like, there wasn't girls Venmoing you.
No.
That's so hilarious.
I'm just in my
I-
childhood bedroom
call-
hula hooping.
I just call out. You said, what else I got around this bedroom?
I
that I
got an
can make
LED
money?
hula hoop.
oh, shit.
I ordered it specific for the pandemic.
Why?
Because I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to the gym.
Oh,
I'll
it's a
just-
workout.
I'll just manically spin around with this hula hoop on until things open up again.
That's hilarious. I call that resourcefulness, to be honest.
Yeah, I also have a trampoline.
Oh, word. I got a trampoline, too.
You do? Do you use it?
Yeah, I work out on that shit.
I bought it. I was like, I'm going to be working out on this trampoline all the time. I haven't touched it in
You haven't touched it?
months. No. I was like jumping on the trampoline. When I was at my parents' house, they'd be like, you're going to break something. I'm like, I need to move out.
Was it like, is it a 1-story house?
No, it's a 2-story house, but they wanted me to do it outside.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
would be doing outside, and I'd be like flying all over the backyard.
People
They're
were
harder
driving
than
by.
it looks. Those little trampolines.
So you'd fly off it?
Yeah, fly off of it. And they'd be like, you're going to actually break yourself, like a bone.
That's
and then we're not going
hilarious.
to be able to take you to the hospital because it's a pandemic. And it was like, I need to move out of my parents' house. They won't even let me trampoline freely.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that's our podcast episode.
All right, it was fun.
Thank you for coming on.
It was fun. Enjoyed the company, the view. It's
The
off the
view.
chain. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I'm so glad you came.
Do you ever
hang out,
let the viewers see the view?
Should I? Should I
Nah,
flip the camera?
Nah, y'all don't deserve it.
Should I?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, put this as a to be continued, but the view is off the chain.
TBC.
TBC, yeah.
I didn't even know I knew the abbrev.
I think you just made it up.
yeah,
I don't think that's official.
TBC.
Yeah.
But then you made it seem like it was. Cause you
Yeah.
Thank you for yes-anding that.
Sound like the right letters.
Yeah, TBC, absolutely. Where can people find you? Do you have anything coming up you want to promote?
I'm on Instagram at Ian Edwards Comic.
Cool.
And,
I'll link to it.
You link to it?
Yeah.
And then I just have like La Jolla the weekend. I think it's November 5th. So not this weekend, the weekend after. I don't know when it's coming up. But
Okay.
I'll be there the whole weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So
La
we'll
Jolla
get
Comedy
this up.
Store. Sorry.
This will be next week, so it
Next
should be
week?
before.
Oh, yeah. Pull up.
Pull up to
Yeah.
La Jolla Comedy Store if you're in San Diego.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching another episode of Shank. Bye. Thank you.
Peace, y'all.